So now that we have the gentleman's pipe, we can start grabbing some of the extra access to the secret worlds in World 1 and 2.
Oh, so it makes you backtrack.
First one's right here. You cannot go in here if you don't have the gentleman's pipe, because you basically just start taking damage and will pretty much drown instantly.
Oh, so drowning works the same way as it does in like Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
And floaty water physics.
Yeah, the only I remember the water physics from like Bloodstained and Aria of Sorrow, where instead of drowning instantly, you just can't climb or jump anything.
I'm getting Mega Man flashbacks here.
What? I seem to remember different water physics where you just kind of float at the top until you get the ability you need to swim or traverse water.
Wait, yes, you're right. Why am I... Okay, I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Don't listen to me, folks.
Yeah, Symphony is a little different.
Yeah, Symphony just lets you jump in the water, like you can move about and all that, but you just kind of start taking tremendous damage per second.
Anyway, there's a lot of treasure down here, which in the early game, it's a pretty decent place to grind. Not so much by the end, though. And here is the World 1 secret level. This one's pretty easy, because it's the first one. Mainly it's just about throwing a ton of enemies at you and not doing much. And here is our first palette swap. This is basically just a slight, but does double damage and has double health.
Very exciting.
Does he move faster too?
No.
Oh, okay.
Basically, the whole gimmick behind it is putting a shit ton of slimes in your way. And also, these platforms sink. That's basically the whole gimmick of this level.
Well, at least they don't sink forever.
Yeah, they do rise back up eventually. But it's a balancing game of sorts. And I do like that they make it impossible to access this level until you've at least defeated Lance, so that you get a handle of the game's combat before you go into this level. Whereas before, that one area that the secret area that we accessed in World 2, that one you can get very early. Also, I always make sure to check every bottomless pit, because they tend to hide secrets in there. Basically, the rule is that if the camera stops moving down, that's your key to finding out that it's a bottomless pit and not a secret area.
Ah, I see.
Not what I was expecting when you had to go all the way up to Lance and then come back for a secret level. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, we'll be looking at World 3 next video. World 3 is very difficult, as is World 4 relative to World 3. Basically, the difficulty curve never really stops. There is no peak to it. It just keeps going up. Also, hello, buddies.
Just gonna leave you off the screen there. Okay, thanks, bye.
Yep.
This is a pretty mean enemy gauntlet.
Yeah. This is basically all about making sure you're never in the same area twice. And also, if you've been relying on your super attack like I have, you can't, because there are spikes down there. Although they seem to have nerfed the spikes just for this level, so they only take 1 heart of damage instead of 2.
Small mercies.
Still a dick move, devs.
Yeah. This is actually, I mean, I would imagine for a first-time player, this can be quite difficult. Mainly when it comes to managing the platforms, because you can't rely on a lot of your other tactics. Most notably juggling. Like, you will have to abandon your juggling and just move from enemy to enemy, which means that on the bottom screen, you will have to deal with a ton of monster blocks. But the real pain will come from another secret level later on in this video, which is one that I've complained about before. If you remember the recording that we did several months ago now.
I recall something about a secret level.
Yeah. I think that's a secret level from World 2. I don't remember exactly where it is, but it's awful also. This is not a handicapped accessible area. And poor Slight is just
Stuck on the platform forever. Yep.
To be fair, I don't expect most forests to be very handicap friendly.
We're not part of the Forest Service. Parks and Recreations doesn't come out here.
And here we are back in, I think this is World 1-4. This is how you get the another secret level over here. You may notice there's a bit of level off to the right. You probably can figure this out. Gotta clean up the bottom screen first.
Can't get it till you got the wall jump.
Unfortunately, actually getting to the level is not very fun. Because you gotta wait on these platforms. And we're basically hovering over the rest of the level in order to get to this area.
Oh, so it's like accessing the warp zone in Super Mario Bros. 1-2.
Except it's all waiting on hovering platforms instead of just running forward. So it's even worse than that.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
But it's still the same concept.
Annoying, tedious, and boring. The holy trinity of bad game design. Thankfully, that's all the waiting in this level.
Oh, that puzzle realm isn't looking very good.
I do like that it just happened to line up perfectly, that I didn't have to worry about it. It's always nice when the RNG is on your side.
Convenient!
And I think, is this the level? Yes, it is. This is the level I've complained about. There are far worse levels later, but for this particular section of the game, early on, it is one of the hardest. And certainly, by far, much more difficult than the other level that we saw. That was, basically just slightly annoying combat arenas. Because this level, we got there by wall jumping, and it wants to make sure you know how to wall jump.
Wall kicks will work, I guess.
Oh boy, does it ever make sure that you know how to wall jump. This is the first gauntlet it throws you at, by the way. That's the opening antipiece of what's to come.
This is looking
Wow.
kind of Super Meat Boy here.
Yeah, that's the intro.
Oh boy.
And then we got 3 Mike Myers. You have to dodge their fireballs. And then you throw spikes into it.
What the
did I
hell
say
is
Super
above you?
Did I say Super
Oh,
Meat Boy? I think I meant I want to be the guy.
And then I just threw in a death montage.
I'm starting to understand why you complained about this level.
There is one particular ranged weapon later on that makes this a little easier, but I deliberately decided to wait.
What the hell was that?
This one took me almost an hour to do.
Wow.
I don't blame you.
And these are not nerfed spikes. They will do a full 2 hearts of damage. Yeah, there are only two ways for there to be a one-hit kill. One is if you fall off a bottomless pit, and the other is if you get crushed. Like that. That is a one-hit kill no matter what your health. I agree, Henry. That was poppycock. So here is my actual successful run. Yeah, you were saying about Super Meat Boy?
It's either that or I want to be the guy.
And this actually is one of the easier platforming bonus levels. Much later on, after I had completed all of them, I was able to beat this on my second try. Just out of, I guess, sheer exasperation.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is like almost pixel perfect. Not quite, but it's very close.
Yeah, those are some very tight jumps.
And keep in mind, this is like one of the first levels that, or secret levels that you can unlock. And they only get harder from here. Really, it's the electric keys that make this really difficult. As I mentioned before, there is one particular ranged weapon that we will get in World 3 that makes this a lot easier. But I deliberately avoided using it just to make it a bit more of a challenge for myself. And again, it only makes it slightly easier because it really only helps against the keys. You know, that ranged weapon isn't going to help you, do the pixel perfect wall jumps over the spikes.
Oof.
So that's the first section of the challenge done. Now we have to deal with these guys. There's no checkpoints, by the way.
Oh, of course.
Oh, oh no.
Thankfully, there's those little hidey holes over there where you're safe from the crushers. And you pretty much need to use those.
So you're finding you just have to kind of take your time with it.
Yeah, also those platforms do have fairly generous hitboxes. So even though it looked like I should have gotten hit by the spikes there, Henry still hung on for dear life. I know that there's a lot of people, especially the Something Awful thread, who have played this game before. I wonder if this video will give any of them like traumatic flashbacks to having to play this section. So we're through. Except we're not. There's also a combat gauntlet.
This feels quaint compared to what came before.
This is actually an extremely difficult combat gauntlet. And of course, no checkpoints. So if you die here, you have to start the entire level again. Also, here's another one of the images that could show up. I think there's about 3 or 4 different images that could show up when Hatsworth activates Tea Time.
I love that Tea Time has epic rock music.
Yeah, and of course it starts with a I think it's a harpsichord rendition of Mozart's Rondo alla Turca. I am cheesing the hell out of this because I'd already died at least 2 or 3 times to this combat gauntlet, and I was not taking any chances.
I would not blame you for cheesing it the first time you play it.
And again, I do need to remind everyone that this is one of the easier platforming bonus levels too. Oh, you folks have no idea what's coming. Oh, no.
Oh, joy.
Rocket Poncho!
I was not kidding around when I said this game was hard.
Man.
Like, speaking of Quackles, my other partner in crime when it comes to research for this game, he has managed to almost 100% this game, but has still yet to beat the final boss. It is that difficult.
Oh.
I remember being barely able to beat this boss, the final boss, back in university, and it gave me significant amount of trouble recording it as well. So it's and again, I have no idea how. For example, there's yet another video, a no damage run on YouTube of all the bosses on Gentleman mode, which I have no idea how that is done. Anyway, this is a pretty good reward. Somehow, all of the gems we collect are somehow magically 15% more valuable. Okay, that's just the power of the Gentleman. Congratulations, Hatsworth. You've crashed the Tingland economy.
I'm just gonna pretend it's like the mustache stat in the Mario and Luigi games, where just having a better one just gives you a discount.
Okay, so it's this is the man purse equivalent of that, I guess.
Yeah, the Cole is just so impressed by your wall, he can't help but give you a 15% discount, or however that math works.
That's my coin purse. You don't touch it.
So yeah, that was one of the easier challenge levels of the game. I hope you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. I'm slightly flummoxed by where the difficulty kicks in here, but I enjoyed it.
And
wow.
And next time we will do World 3, where that kind of difficulty starts to show up in the main levels.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to that.